what do you think is the 2 principal mistakes you can make while you're doing a viewing before you allow the people viewing it enter the house? So if they're going to pull up, it's going to be a house that's going to be big, there's going to be gates, there's going to be blah, blah, blah. What are the 2 mistakes that you've done, that you personally have done before when you've been selling property, and that you've learnt not to do moving forward from that point?
Does that involve approaching the house or actually?
Yeah, it can be approaching the house.
There's so many houses. People tend to take the tube to my gaffs.
Okay, so let's pretend...
Hold on, getting into the house, obviously. The front door, keys, whatever.
Yeah.
Did you not have the keys? Was the owner there?
No, the owner was there. I checked the keys and the keys.
So all good with the owner. The owner wasn't dressed in sort of a, I don't know, West Ham shirt or something.
Yep.
Okay.
There is nothing wrong.
There's a lot of tutting going on in here.
God, Chelsea supporters.
I'm just making sure they can park okay, I guess.
Yeah, they can park okay.
Could they park okay?
And they can park okay.
Hold on. You got someone buying a £5 million house.
Yeah.
Someone buying a £5 million house has got cash and therefore has been quite successful in life. Were the cars that your client had parked outside to look all nice and whatever, were they better than the buyer's car? And therefore,
so it's even simpler than that.
All right, you tell me.
So do you remember I said when I started the conversation, I wanted to start the viewing journey with the applicant down the road. Yeah, with them looking through
like South Fork.
Yeah. So I turn around and I think, I'm at the front door. I'm just going to stand in front of it. This is to the vendor because I don't want to crowd them. They're coming here. And by the way, Mr. Vendor, can you grab your dog? And would you and your lovely wife like to leave the property at the rear, because he had access to the rear via gates, just at the time I walk into the reception, so I've opened the doors to it, so you can say hi, they can say hi, but then they walk and then they're left with the memory of walking with the dogs. They can go through the whole rear garden and access it. But don't do that until I tell you. So we're looking at the front house, so the people turn up that are coming on the phone. It's the phone. I answer the phone. The guy said, yeah, great, I'm actually at the gates. So I'm like, great. Walk down, look at the gates. How do you open the gates?
Oh, did you leave them hanging?
This is me. No, worse than that. It gets worse. I went back and I said to the owner, would you mind doing what you do?
Oh no, was he halfway
it's
down?
On his phone. Yeah, no, I didn't let him go yet because he was like in between the dog. Like he looked like he was doing a little bit of a dance, right? So he'd done the thing. The doors opened. Guess what? But at that point, the guy's coming in with a car. Yeah. Had noticed the gates had stopped and I'd disappeared and had started to reverse down. Right, and turned around and gone down the road.
So you're breaking all your own rules.
So now I'm looking at the door, the gates, and the gates open like that. They've opened towards me, and they're not there no more. And then I can see they've parked up in a curb in front of me. He's here, please, sir, please come on. And they managed to come in just as the gates decided to shut halfway on their Ranger, but it did the beep beep thing it does, and they carried on opening again, and then they came in. So we're on the drive, okay? And I've said to them, what you need to do is look back now. And I said, with your lovely wife as well, right? No. And look down the road that this is facing, yeah? Look to the left of the property, look to the right of the property. You will see this is the only house looking down that road. This is the only plot in this area where this house looks down the road.
Long-ranging views.
Can you imagine at Christmas time coming up there?
What film are you thinking of right now?
Wind in the Willows.
Planes, Trains and Automobiles, when he brings, what's his name, back to the house for Christmas and they're walking up the road.
And it's all lovely.
Yeah.
Why I want you to know that, and why I'm trying to bring this in a very long out way, is because I'm building future memories for them, but I'm sending them to them now. What it could be like. It's not, what is it like? What am I going to see inside? What could there be?
As soft as this sofa.
The promise of that is how you always have to start your viewing. Now, let's...
Oh, so quickly. So you weren't being ultra professional because things went a bit awry with the gates and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But...
Thanks, mate.
But... I know you've mentioned on our academies before about something going wrong can bring you closer together. and how you deal with it.
It can, because, you know, there's that thing as well. Like, I always talk about it all the time. Imagine a newsreader. People always love it when a newsreader trips up live.
Yeah.
And there's empathy there. So there can be empathy. Trying to crush their car, yeah, I'm not sure that works.
100 grand Range Rover, that's all right.
The other thing I always do as well, and we've told people this before, but I remind them, is, you know, once you've done that, you've built what's could happen, what tomorrow looks like, you give them the promise of absolute brilliance and delivered it in such a way, so subtly, they still don't know that it's actually there yet. You give the man or the woman with you the keys. So there's the keys to the house. There's the key. Why don't you open the front door? And emotionally allow them to hold the keys, probably fumble with it. That way, you're standing behind them when they're opening the door. Their first impression isn't of your fantastically manicured hairstyle, right? Or the t-shirt that you've got on, right? It's in fact them, right? There's so much importance in just doing them 2 steps, framing the house from the outside, coming up with something that makes something brilliant about it that they remember, and then allowing them to open the door. The point of them opening the door, I can guarantee you, as sure as God made little green apples, no other agent would have done that for them.